Well, hello and welcome to the Shallow Proclamation. My name is Paul and I'm joined by
Thomas.
And we are cracking on now with more of season 6. We've had a little bit of a gap since the last story we watched, The Invasion, because we've had some new Doctor Who in the form of the 60th anniversary episodes. And we're ploughing on though with these, and we're about to sit down and watch the Krotons, not to be confused with the croutons that you can sprinkle in your soup. So we've got I was going to say, I don't even know how many episodes we've got in this one. I think it's 4. But we've got a story here, Thomas, that was broadcast from the 28th of December 1968 to the 18th of January 1969. So very Christmassy, perhaps. Feast of Stephen, perhaps? Maybe not. Let's hope not. Written by Robert Holmes and directed by David Maloney. And it all exists. We've got the whole thing. I think it was actually shown as part of the 5 Faces of Doctor Who thing in the 80s, when there was a sort of anniversary, 20th, I guess it would have been around the 20th anniversary of Doctor Who. It was one of the repeats, because I think at that point it was one of the only surviving Patrick Troughton stories, that existed in full. So thank goodness we found more since then. But I don't really know much about this one. I've seen it at least once, but I can't remember a lot. I read the book. I remember getting the book from the library when I was a young lad, and I can see the picture, the Target novelisation, and I can see a Croton on the front of it. But I don't remember much about it.
It's a great name, isn't it?
The Krotons.
Yeah.
The Krotons. So should we dive on in?
Certainly. It's the first day of Advent tomorrow, isn't it, at the time of recording?
And a Merry Christmas to you all at home.
Yes, I've actually got a mince pie here.
Oh, really? Oh, man. Doing well.
Do you have any Christmas snacks?
Not on me, but I mean, we've got some of those Christmas biscuits you get from Lidl, like Leberkuchen, is it?
Oh, they are delicious, aren't they?
Classic Christmas fare.
Yeah. Any Stollen?
No Stollen. I should tell viewers we're watching this on iPlayer because the interface is easy to work with, the BritBox. But again, it looks like a slightly dodgy print compared to the stuff you see on BritBox. So I don't know why there's different versions floating around still, but
this looks a little bit better than their Invasion one.
Yes, that's true. I would say that's definitely true.
But I mean, looking down a plug hole is better than the Invasion one. So.
Oh wow. Is that Philip Maddock on the left?
The second name
did look familiar.
Varnagon.
They're just making these names up now, aren't they?
Varnagon.
God, just started quite dramatically. Some dramatic acting. What have we walked into here, Thomas?
So we've got the Gons and the Krotons.
The Krotons and the Gons.
This is great. If you were introducing someone to Doctor Who, start here. He is just coming up with names on the spot, isn't he?
Investiture of your robes of honour. It's just a very bizarre start. It just feels very disjointed and a bit stilted.
It's like the Spice Girls, and we've got Posh Gond over there.
Krotons.
That guy's outfit in the background.
There's a lot to love already. Look at this. Now this is great. I like this shot. Outdoors.
That's cool.
There we go. Lovely. It's lovely. It really is.
Well, I don't know what I'm looking at there.
It's like Tatooine got twin suns, isn't it?
Ah, yeah, the binary sunset. Why does he have an umbrella?
I don't know. Good question. In case it rains. That wasn't a good model shot, was it? Conveyed no scale whatsoever. Got a feeling I might need another glass of wine for this one, Thomas.
Is this going to be another web planet? We can see where this is going. Is that a gun or a camera? Oh.
This guy is very dramatic.
When they want to kill someone, they say, Varna Cadavra.
That is Philip Maddock. What did he was in one of the early stories we watched, Philip Maddock. He was in the Dalek Invasion Earth film.
Right. In colour, yeah.
Jamie taking one with his bare hands.
Bit of fisticuffs.
He's a Highlander, so I guess he's used to asserting himself and taking care of himself.
Is Jamie the longest serving companion at this point?
Yeah, Ian and Barbara only made it to the almost last but one story of season 2. And none of the others. I mean, season 3 was just like companion after companion.
Yeah, it's like musical chairs.
Yeah, I don't really have any memory of this story, Thomas.
Do you not?
No.
Do you think you blocked it out of your mind?
Maybe so. Wonder what that was about. Zoe, looking back.
Almost impossible to believe.
Yeah.
The Krotons
Look at her face. It's like when Aragorn's given the soup by Eowyn in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. This set with the with the picture, the backdrop in the background there. It feels very Hartnell-esque. Some of the early Hartnells, had these kind of sets that
You're right, Marco
tried to create
Polo
a feel.
and stuff.
Very Marco Polo, not on quite that level, but similar in feel, I think. It's nice to see that because I guess we've had a lot of things that have been incredibly claustrophobic.
Yeah.
This feels like it's trying to, obviously out those doors is supposed to be sort of outside, isn't it? So.
But you've never seen. There's no way you can get inside.
Eyes are so wide.
This is a very oddly acted episode.
Yeah.
Very dramatically done.
I'm going to act now.
I mean, for all the kind of slightly hamminess, oddness of this so far, I am very intrigued.
It's true.
I mean,
It's
by
a
the whole,
vibe.
yeah, the whole kind of concept of these, these Krotons inside this machine that no one's seen. Yeah, it's quite an interesting idea.
Oh, Elon Musk's involved. Oh, look at that.
Well, clear.
Wow. How are they doing that?
Well, sir. It's quite something.
Some kind of snake-like. It keeps going.
Wow, that's...
This is the most bizarre Doctor Who episode I've seen so far in the classic era, I think. It's like the cliffhanger.
Wow.
Now,
Wow.
I know the fact that we laughed at that, people are going to say that it's just because we're immature, but it isn't.
They'd be right.
But there was something just about the way that scene was staged and the performances and the fact that was the cliffhanger, that this thing just continued to extend and it just went on and then the Doctor fell over and then that was the cliffhanger. It was just something very bizarre about the whole thing, and that kind of reflects the episode as a whole, I feel.
Yeah,
I kind of liked it.
I mean that's a cliffhanger.
What are your positives, Paul? If there are any.
Well, I mean, you know what? It's an odd one. It felt like a strange episode, but I strangely enjoyed it for all the complete bizarreness of it. The hammy acting, the bizarre delivery, the notion of the machine and the Krotons that they've not seen for thousands of years. I like that. I thought the location stuff actually shot outside, looked great. And I even thought the stuff that was shot... I mean, the sets, it's been a long time since we've done the old I love the sets quote.
It's true. It's warranted again.
But I have enjoyed the sets, particularly the little house thing with the backdrops outside. Like I said, that was quite Hartnell-esque. It took me back to that early Hartnell era. But I think as well, like even the room that they were in at the end there, it's kind of like stone walled, isn't it? Almost like they're in like the room, part of a castle or something like that, but with all this technology. So there's this interesting mishmash of feels and looks that makes it quite interesting. So yeah, I've actually quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, same. I think I don't think I quite followed all the interrelationships between the Varnas and the. But yeah, it was interesting, wasn't it? They had axes. They were sort of living very simply, but that was sort of the lifestyle that had been curated for them.
But we've seen something like this before, haven't we? In another story, what was the story we watched where people said you can't go to a certain place, or because like there's been like some kind of massive nuclear radiation war? Was it the Dominators? You can't go outside, or
wasn't it?
Was it
the
before
Salamander.
Yeah, Salamander. Yeah, Enemy of the World.
Enemy of the World. Yeah, he was keeping them underground and saying it's not safe up top, and it was a lie. Yeah. So it is an interesting idea, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's interesting that that's kind of reared its head again. It seems to be a sci-fi idea that endures a little bit. The idea that there's been some kind of great catastrophe, and the surface you cannot go back to the surface, but of course. You can go back to the surface. The surface is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very intrigued to find out how they resolve that cliffhanger with the appendage.
The appendage. That's probably the best way to describe it from now on. The appendage.
Yeah. Do subscribe if you'd like to stay in the loop. And do join our Discord community by clicking the link in the description below. It'd be great to have you there and continue the conversations. But until next time, goodbye.
Bye-bye.